Welcome everybody to the PSDovito Podcast. I am FarCry and this is Robert Rage. And this time out on the podcast, we're going to be doing a gaming one, talking about games we've downloaded, bought recently, played, all that sort of thing. So Dan, Robert Rage, take over.
Alright mate, well, this month I've been playing quite a few games, as I do most months. Platinumed Need for Speed Rivals. Yeah, got that. Which was a proper grind towards the end, especially with the cop side of things. And also platinumed Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. And what have I bought? What have we bought? Well, I've bought Unravel, a new game that came out literally a couple of days ago. It's basically a side-scrolling kind of game. Looks interesting. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Looks like quite a different sort of game. And the next game I got was Golf, whatever it's called. Fuck knows.
PGA Tour.
Rory McIlroy. He's got a stupid name. McCroy. Yeah, we bought that as well, me and Bert. It's on offer at the minute for £12, which is
£11.99.
Yeah,
cheaper, man. That's a massive.
If you want to get, don't get technical. If you want to get technical, yeah, but £12. Which beats the absolute shit out of the stores, because in CX it's £32, which is bloody ridiculous for a golf game. So yeah, and also before you interfere and take over, started Infamous Second Son. So that walkthrough will be coming. Obviously, the rest of Sleeping Dogs I'll be uploading that once I've edited it, and the rest of FarCry 4 as well. I also platinumed that as well, but that's something else I didn't mention, but I've also platinumed that as well. I've platinumed quite a few games this month. So yeah, FarCry 4, Sleeping Dogs, both of them walkthroughs are coming, and Infamous Second Son is coming as well.
Not bad, mate. That ain't bad at all. Me personally, I've platinumed about 7 games in my life, but I've done FarCry 4 this month or last month, whenever. All I've got to do on Need for Speed is get to level 60 as a racer. Yeah, but other than that, I got Fat Princess Adventures, which was fucking stupid because it was supposed to be, to me and Bert, we thought it was going to be like the original Fat Princess. Player versus player, you got to go and do the other geezer over, collect your wood, build your shit, yeah? It weren't like that, it's cut down to the story mode. And we played it quite a bit, but it's not saying I'm going to platinum. If you had a look at the trophies for that, you'd say, nah, fuck that. Like, I ain't going to do all that.
The fucked up thing is though, people will platinum that game.
That Fat Princess game, it's good for what it is, but it's like, if you like little Fat Princess in the first place, you like the nostalgia or whatever it is, but they do need to bring out a player versus player traditional style of the game. Yeah, I don't know, other than that mate, I've bought Golf. I think I've got about 12 hours left on my download. Yeah, and then I'll kick shit out of you at that.
That sounds good, mate. It sounds good. I've got no problem with you kicking shit out of me on anything.
I've done loads of YTW 18 plus stuff. That keeps me busy. That's, in all fairness, that WWE game, it ain't got half as much playability as it used to have. Like, I can sit there for ages and have a few matches. Like, I played Mr. DeVito versus Robert Rage, like, to get in, like, see if I can do some good stuff for that match if it was to happen on YTWE. and I've had some pretty good matches. I enjoy doing that when I have to put matches together for that. I will play the game, but then I'm sitting there, I'm trying to put a match together, and I'm working a match, and I'm finding different spots and, you know, things I can do to make it better, and like, that's how I get my enjoyment out of it. But there's no story editor in it no more, which is stupid, and the universe mode isn't as good as GM mode was back in 2008 or whatever, 7, 8, whatever it was.
2008 was the last one to edit on.
Yeah, see, and that was a really good one. Like, we
Yeah, man.
played that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've said it before and I'll say it again, they need to do a GM mode that's online. That would be... I know they still make sales, they still sell games and all the rest of it, so it doesn't really matter to them, but for people that... I know there's people out there that still want GM mode back, and we are two of them people.
Yeah.
They should bring it back and make it online, and have like you know, even if it's just two people playing online against each other, that's all you need. You know, and make it obviously local co-op as well, so people can sit in the same room and play it together as well.
Yeah, well that would be ideal. But how many games can you actually play with someone in the room at the same time? Unless they've got a profile that you have to set up on guest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's stupid. Right, and there's some games you can't even really do it on. Like Need for Speed, for example.
Yep.
How many years have we spent with our mates sitting in our living rooms, you know, when playing Need for Speed and Burnout and like going back to F-Zero and old games.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. And
Motorstorm.
You're sitting there, yeah, but Motorstorm, yeah, that had 2-player on both. Or did that not have 2-player on the first Motor?
I'm pretty sure it did. I think it did. I'm not sure, but I know. Yeah, second one. Online. Yeah, and the second and third one had local co-op, so I'm assuming the first one did as well.
I'm not 100% sure on that. You might be right. I can't remember. But yeah, but Motorstorm, the first two, I loved those games. And if they created them again for the PS4, the way they were back then though, you know, Motorstorm 2 was probably my favourite. And that's one of my favourite racing games I've played. But yeah, now, racing games, you can only play them with people that ain't in the same fucking room as you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bollocks, mate. It's... yeah, it was only one player, first Motorstorm. Yeah, no, it's fucking shit, man. The way games have evolved.
Right, sorry.
Oh, mate, I'm rolling a fag, so...
Oh,
But yeah, like, all racing games should be local co-op. At least 2-player.
Yeah, definitely. Every single one. So that is a 2-player game should be 2-player in the home.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, you used to have 4 of you, 6 of you sitting around on some game where you got the multiple pads.
Yep.
You know, how many hours were spent on GoldenEye and Mario Kart and fuck knows, all them old games. I love all them old games. They just need to be of that quality again. And some of these games are great, yeah, but like you said to me earlier before this podcast, the FarCry 4 boss, yeah, right? Now this goes into something I've said I think in past podcasts, that the bosses in games these days are shit. Really badly shit.
Yeah.
The sub-boss to the main boss was harder, but the sub-boss wasn't that hard
No.
anyway. So, what happened to bosses that would kick the shit out of you? They might have big red dots all over their body going, shoot me on the red dot, yeah? But they were hard to kill, and sometimes it weren't as straightforward as shooting a red dot, you know? You had to get bombs and blow up their kneecaps so their kneecap fell off, and then you could shoot the red spot. So, we're talking about bosses on computer games, yeah? What is the worst boss you've come up against recently?
Oh. Well, I wouldn't say FarCry 4. I mean, I was sort of thinking that, but that wasn't even, that was more like just a cutscene, and it gave you two choices. So that to me isn't really a boss fight. It's got to be Dying Light. It has to be Dying Light. That is, after, I don't know how many hours we put into that game, 40, 50, 60 hours, and then to come to that conclusion to the end of the game is like, fuck you. You know, like, after all that, we get that shit. You put all that effort into a great game, and then the ending's like complete fucking wank. And that for me is, you know, I don't know what it is. I think they get lazy, or what is it with developers that make games? They make these really good games, these really fun games, and then at the end they go, let's just do that fucking quick time event. That'll do. Fuck it. Oh, fuck it. You know, why put the effort in there? We just made a really good game, spent loads of money on it, spent however many years making it. Let's just end it with a load of wank.
It's like, it's anything, ain't it? You want a fucking story. You want a good payoff. It's like, I'll compare everything to wrestling. I don't give a fuck. But you want to see some geezer go from being a little jobber nobody, work his way up, become a superstar, and then beat some big hard cunt and become the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In a movie, yeah, the good guy gets fucked over or whatever, and he goes, that geezer fucked me over. I want to kick the shit out of him. You get to the end of the film, and he goes, you alright mate, and pokes him in the chest. Yeah? You ain't got the same fucking feel to it.
No.
You want the film where they take him into a cornfield, throw him in an hole, and batter the fuck out of him with baseball bats. Or, you know, the proper fucking, like, you need that shit in gaming. Or you just need a good fucking ending that explains shit. Like, everybody goes to this fucking mysterious ending on everything. You know why? Because it's easy. You don't have to explain the bullshit that you can't fuck it, that you don't know why you did it. It's just there, you know? It's like, oh, I don't know the science behind that. I don't know why that would happen. So we won't fucking say nothing about that.
Yeah.
They do it in films a lot, and it pisses me off in films.
Yeah.
They'll make a decent film, but they can't think of a fucking finish, an ending. And they go, fuck it, we just cut it. And then we let everyone presume that this and that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're sitting there going, yeah, alright, well that probably happened, which is probably what they want you to think. But at the same time you're going, well, it don't fucking work, does it? Or it's like, you know what I mean? It's, you've just skipped out on giving us the real answer. It's like you're like, I don't know, SeaWorld, yeah, saying that there's only like no male fucking killer whales in the sea get like fuck those, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. See that fish out there. Yeah, these killer whales in the sea get floppy fin as well, as same as they do in SeaWorld, right? They're cutting you up before you get to the truck.
Yeah.
And that's all they're doing with these games and the films is what is the truth of it, what is the end of it? Well, we don't actually fucking know, we just thought it was a good story up until that point. So we cut it. And it's the same with these games. It's like we've had a good idea, but we don't know how to finish it.
I think with like a lot of games, I mean, this is not really including Dying Light, because spoiler alert, the guy dies at the end, which is kind of obvious. But a game like The Last of Us, I know you don't like the ending of that game, but
no, wank.
Yeah,
wank.
but it leaves it.
It didn't even have a fucking boss.
No, but the ending leaves it open for a sequel, and that's why it ended the way it did.
So I don't give a fuck. It's a computer game. You have a fucking boss. I mean, in a film, they still kick the fuck out of Freddy Krueger before he goes, actually, I'm not dead. I'll see you in the next film.
Yeah.
There's still a fucking big hard fight before the next cunt pops up. James Bond had to go out there and fucking mince out Dr. Gold and all them fucking people, whatever their names are, yeah, before he could do another film.
Yeah.
You can't go, there was no boss because they're making a sequel. Fuck off.
Yeah, well...
Resident Evil, you go through hell and you fight hell at the end, yeah? And then you fight more hell in the next game, and you fight an even bigger hell at the end of that, and you go, for fuck's sake, right? And to be fair, the ending on Resi 1 ain't awesome. The ending on Resi 2 is one of my favourite endings to a game ever. If you complete it as both characters, it's really good and it's really rewarding and worth doing. It's like, yeah, I've put my bollocks into that game, hours of my life. No, that was hard work, and I've been rewarded with a decent fucking ending and a decent boss.
Yeah.
And you don't get that enough in games these days.
No, you don't. Definitely not.
And I'm not saying there ain't some good games. Dying Light, the nuts. Dead Island, the nuts. I played the bollocks out of FarCry 3 and 4. I have. You know? But they don't fucking compare. Admittedly, Tomb Raider, when it came out, was new, an original kind of deal. And it was fucking brilliant. And so was Resident Evil. You play those exact games now, they're still fucking great for a lot of reasons, but the mechanics of the games, yeah, and the appearance compared to this, Dying Light, things like that, yeah, it don't match up.
No, of course it don't, unless you buy the HD remakes of Resident Evil.
They've done the HD version for this, haven't they, which I've got. But I haven't, like, you've got to sit there and play that. But I don't get time, you know, I've got people here and like come round, you know, like Grant and the kids and mum and dad, you know, mates and stuff. So I don't get a chance to really sit and play that. But I mean, I've played the original back on the PlayStation till the death, like backwards and forwards. So, but I've got the HD remastered one. I thought I wanted to do a walkthrough for this, but I just don't think I'll ever have the time to sit there and do that. Because I will do it on the hardest difficulty. That's how I did it when I played it when I was younger. So, you know, and that's how I play every game. If it's got a difficulty setting, it goes on the hardest, because I don't see the point. It bugs me completing a game on an easier setting and then going to the hard mode, but you already know everything that's going to happen. So you're prepared, and it's easier anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, and I'm not a fan of doing it. I like to just go in, hardest setting, bam, 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 there you go. And that's how I would have done it with this walkthrough. But it's a lot of hours, man, and I don't think I've got that many hours to spare.
Yes, fucking piece of shit, fucking map editor, bullshit, cunt, motherfucking network bastards. Got to cut off again, basically. Tried talking and then it just cut us off after 30 seconds. But yeah, basically talking about games and boss fights, as you know, if you're listening, which we hope you are. But yeah, there's a lot of games that don't have boss fights, and there's a few games that do, a few games that get it right. So yeah.
Alright, here's one for you, right? Infamous 1 and 2. I played both of those. Platinumed one of them. The other one I didn't, but I only needed like 2 stupid grinding trophies, which I ain't gonna do. So, you know what I mean? I ain't a grinder. So, fuck it. I'll get what I get when I play it. If that platinum's it, then so be it. But I ain't a grinder, and that's why I ain't done one of them. But I got the other one. But boss fights on them were pretty good. If memory serves me correct on that. I think it was Infamous 2. You had to fight the geezer in the crater, and you had all the different shit going on around you. That was a pretty good boss fight.
Yeah, the first Infamous is one of my favourite games in the last, fuck knows, 10 years. Yeah, I enjoyed, and the second one's good, but the first one is better, I think.
Yeah, well, I think I played the second one more. I don't know, to be honest. I can't remember what one. No, I played the second one, I think, more.
Yeah,
I played that one more. But yeah, I thought it was good, but you're talking about doing Infamous Second Son, and doing a walkthrough for it. So, what are you expecting out of that game, and what are you expecting out of the boss on that game?
well, hopefully, hopefully, just something as good as the first one or the second one. Both the first two had good bits in it, like really good bits. So it's hard to sort of say without sort of, you know, being there and done it, because obviously I've not got that far yet. But the campaign's short, like it's only like 6 hours long, I read on the website, so that's gonna kind of be a bit shitty. But obviously it's got that replay value, because you know you've got good karma and bad karma, so it's got that replay value to it that not a lot of games have got. So,
And how much fuck about ability though? That's the thing, you say 6 hours, but if you play a game like I do, you fuck about for hours in between, like going, well, I wonder if I can jump off of this and get through there and do this and fucking kill that, and you know what I mean? You'll find other things you want to try. Depends what you like. I'm a scientist, you know. That's like I go, I want to experiment and I want to do things, and like a risk taker, like on this FarCry with a wingsuit. It's like, if I jump off this, do you reckon I'll get through that gap in the wall? You know what I mean? And so I don't spend hours doing that, but that's 6 hours, boom, boom, innit? Start things.
Yeah, that's going from each mission to the next, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. I have my general, like, I do fuck about quite a bit on games, but when I'm doing a walkthrough, that is basically more what I'm focused on, is just getting it done, to be fair.
And what about the side quests?
If it's got side, yeah, it's got side quests. Yeah, I'll do that as well. I'll do everything in the game.
So yeah, but the hours of the side quests adds on to the hours of playability in the game, don't it?
Yeah. Well, it's probably between 6 to 10 hours, I'd say, altogether. So it's like, and then doing the second walkthrough, it would probably go to about 15, 16, maybe 18 hours.
Yeah.
Which ain't bad. As
long as you get your money's worth, I say £1 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's looking at it from if you was in an arcade and you was on the expensive arcade machines, you pay £1 a go. Yeah. So and you might not get an hour out of it. Sometimes you might get more than an hour out of it in an arcade. But I just base it on £1 a go, £1 an hour. That's $1 for you Americans. Yeah. Yeah, and if you get your hours worth out of it, you've done well, I think. Anything less than £1 an hour for what you paid for it, you probably didn't get a great game, unless it's got replay value. But then you will get hours and hours of play out of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this game definitely earned its money. I mean, I got to like 55 hours, and then and I paid like £18 for it, so it's definitely earned its money. Dying Light was £28, and that was like 60 plus hours, so that definitely earned its money. Skyrim, going back to the PS3, that earned its money tenfold. You know, paid 25 quid I think for the Legendary Edition, and I'm over 300 hours on that game, so that's obviously earned its money.
Yeah.
And you get the occasional game that, like, I mean, WWE 2K16 for me, for example, I don't really play that game a lot, so I don't think I've really got my money's worth out of that game. I probably could have waited a few months and then got it a bit cheaper, but you know, it's just one of them things, and we do it every year anyway. Me and Bert, every time a new wrestling game comes out, we buy it pretty much day one, so it's just like a tradition we do.
And have a rare.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with that WWE, is it holds you back on what you can do online. And so we can't use the created arena in a one-on-one match online. No. And there's a lot of the other options I don't think you can't take off, such as like the countering stuff, and like all the on-screen icons and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want, you can't take it off. So, and it's got your names above your heads, and
yeah.
That's no good for YCWE.
No.
So that we can't do it. That is one. We can't do it that way. We have to go about it differently, and it's difficult for your end to do your stuff, you know. And well, you've done what to your end?
Yeah, I think maybe two. Might only be one.
Might only be one, yeah. No, it's two. It was N-Race in a rabbit suit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see, like, it wouldn't bother me too much if we could have the created arenas. I wouldn't care about... Alright, the name icons are quite annoying, but I could live with that if we could play a fucking match together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Actually work a match. That I wouldn't care about the name icons. Obviously, yeah, it's annoying, but you know, obviously it's the created arenas that's stopping us from doing YTWE stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to use their shitty arenas.
No. Not in YTWE.
No.
You know, there isn't, other than what the fans in the crowd have got on their t-shirts or the signs they hold up, that, believe me, WWE has done on purpose. Yeah, I've seen that. The amount of YTWE stuff done. When they go to the crowd at the end of the match and start of the match, there are loads of Triple H fucking foam hands and signs and "We Love WWE" signs everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, and the signs your wrestlers are supposed to have when they come out, the fans are meant to hold up. There's like 5 of them dotted here and about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the amount of Triple H foam hands you see being held up and things like that, it's like, alright, well done. But they have to get their stuff in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, of course they do.
But you don't see much other trace of WWE in the YTWE.
Or in the crowd in general.
Or in what?
Or in the crowd in general. You mean you mean other wrestlers as well?
I just mean WWE, like more like actual the WWE logo, you know.
Yeah.
But like the Triple H things are glaringly obvious. They're everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like they're just as abundant as the "We Love WWE" signs.
Well, you don't want people to forget about him, even though he's on telly pretty much every week, and he's now the new champion and going to headline WrestleMania. I don't want people to forget about him, but he's a legend.
I wouldn't know, mate. Wouldn't know. Yeah. I don't even know who you're talking about. Never heard of him.
What about Dick Face?
Ah, yeah. Better. No, he's one of the best there ever fucking was, but you know that. But anyway, this ain't a wrestling podcast. This is a computer game podcast. We're awesome at doing podcasts, and we don't.
I think so. I think we're pretty good at doing podcasts, Bat.
We're witty, humorous, really well educated on the subject, and we've obviously done our research.
End of the day, but we like what we like. Yeah, we like the games we like, and that's that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of games coming out. There's a lot of games that are already out, but you know, are we going to play them? Maybe. You know, it just depends, doesn't it? It's one of them things. I mean, I know I've introduced you to quite a few games. You know what I mean? Like Infamous, for example. I brought that round and I said you can borrow it or whatever, or just give that a go, and then you played it and you played the second one. So, you know, that's just like an example. And it's the same the other way around as well. You say, oh yeah, check this game out, or oh, I bought this game, or you know, whatever. Like the golf game, like I said to you, that's on offer at the minute. Like if you get it, I'll get it. And if I hadn't said that, you might not have found out about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And even like Skyrim, you got that game first.
Yeah.
Bought it round here. I didn't get much chance to do much on it. I was like, nah, I only played it for like an hour, 2 hours. I went, no, I ain't that bothered with it. And then it weren't till a couple of months later or whatever, I went, no, I've got to bring that round, I'll give it another go, because I needed the game to play. And then I got bang into it, and was like, no, that's the bollocks.
Yeah.
Suggested that, and you went, yes mate. And that's a game, you know, we've introduced to each other in a way.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you hadn't brought it, I probably wouldn't have really played it. But, like I say, there were people I was talking to, and then obviously Chris Collier is like proper into Skyrim, and he was always on me to pick it up and play it. He said I'd love it, and I'm like, and then Julian was on about it, and this person and that person, and I was like, alright, like you had it, I thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah.
And they were right, I did like it. It was one of the best games I've played in years.
Yep.
Really enjoyed it.
Definitely. But yeah, it is definitely one of the best games I've ever played. It probably is the best game I've ever played, to be honest. Apart from like, I'd probably still put wrestling games above any other game though, like that me and you have played together. You know, the amount of hours we spent on wrestling games on the PS2, that's some of my favourite. That is my favourite time playing games.
Oh yeah, we've done some mental hours on wrestling games. Damn, man. I've been playing them since they came out. I remember the NES, playing the ones on the NES until the next wrestling game come out, and you know, and then the Super NES, played that until the next one come out, and then it's been the same for every wrestling game up until around 2013.
Yeah.
And then things slowed down on how much life I've got out of them games. And don't get me wrong, I still play them till the next wrestling game come out, but not as much.
Yeah.
There were bigger gaps. It became a popular game in some ways. It's like Little Big Planet. It's a game I get. Every Little Big Planet game, I get it because I know it's there. I'll play it for hours and hours and hours in the beginning, and then I'll get burned out, and I'll go, right, that can fuck off for a bit, and I'll play something else.
Yeah.
And I'll play different games, and then I might be sitting there thinking, I can't really be bothered to play this or that. You know, you don't feel like racing, you don't want to, like some games, like I say, I play everything on the hardest setting, and sometimes that's a pain in the arse, because it's just like, you can't just chill.
Yeah.
You know? So, but Little Big Planet, you can stick it on, sit there, spend an hour creating a little box that opens and goes, hello, you know? But I don't know, or a skateboard that flips over. Anything. You can spend hours and hours and hours and hours on that game if you've got the creative mind to sit there, and even the scientific mind to just create shit and go, I wonder, like, I'll think of something like, I want, when they come through this bit, for that to happen, how do I make that work? And then I can sit there for hours trying to figure out the science of how that works.
Yeah.
You know? And that, for me, Little Big Planet is one of them games, they only have to bring one out every 4 years, because it does its job
Yeah.
at that time.
That's it.
You know? The wrestling games, like, I guess, after a year, normally I am too fucking good at them, and the only way I can get a challenge out of them is to do a 3-on-1, you know, tornado tag. And you know what? You can't do those in this new WWE. You can't do a 3-on-1 tornado tag or a 2-on-1 tornado tag.
Yeah.
What the fuck? There are so many options missing from the new WWE game. So many match options missing. Like on the old ones you had where you could change every single role, so you could set up any kind of match. But now it is absolutely wank in what it offers. But again, that game will be there. I'll play it for hours, then it becomes popular. Because I can sit there and I can just play a match. I can do Mr. DeVito against whoever, or I can do whoever against whoever, and I can sit there and just play through matches and go, that was pretty good. And then I go rematch, and I do basically the same match, but I change it, I tweak it, till I get a match that I think that was a really good match. And believe me, I can have 8 really good matches, but I'll go, yeah, I weren't happy with that, and I think I could do this, you know? And then so I do the match again. And obviously no match is the same when you're playing against computer AI.
Mm.
And the computer AI is as thick as shit and one-track minded. Any match, it goes for the desired fucking way to win. It's ridiculous. You've got like, you know, some of them that do me is like the extreme rules matches. They don't fucking want to fight outside, they just Irish whip you back in because they know they've got to pin you in the ring.
Yeah.
So, for fuck's sake, what's the point of having a match where you can go outside if all they're going to do is try and throw you back in? It's fucking stupid. But, yeah, that game, Little Big Planet, I will always get those games. Wrestling and Little Big Planet. I will always get a racing game. At the minute, it's only really Need for Speed. I'm tempted to look into Drive Club because obviously I've murdered Need for Speed and it's not that brilliant anyway.
No,
I had a go at Drive Club, but I didn't really give it much of a go. Maybe if I played it for a good 8 hours I might get into it, I don't know. But I played it for a bit and I weren't that into it, but I don't know, it's something I might look at down the line. I like to have a driving game on. I'd rather have Gran Turismo, but there you go. And then I like, you know, that's where the other games come in. If there's a zombie game, I'll get a zombie game, because I like the zombie game. You know? Always more or less had a zombie game. Even going back to the Super NES, I can't even remember what it was called. They had zombies, like, you had to run around, it was sort of top-down type thing. I can't remember what it was called now.
I think I remember playing that as well. Didn't it have a kid in it with like black glasses, like, and a black sleeveless shirt and blonde hair?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
I think I remember playing that. That was a good little game, that.
Yeah, it was. I rinsed the fuck out of that game. And played that a lot with my mates. That was but that's it, some of them games on Super NES were awesome. But then you've got games like Resident Evil, Nazi Zombies from the Call of Duty series.
Yeah.
It's like we've spent incredible hours on World at War and Black Ops.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of hours, mate.
You know,
so much to the point where it got burnt out. That's the thing with that. We played it so much that it got boring.
Yeah.
You know?
We played it past the point of where it got boring, and we was only playing it as a social thing with 2 of our other mates.
Yeah.
It was like a group of us.
Yeah.
And we always just hung around on the PlayStation talking overnight, you know? And it was playing this game majority of the time, and for like months it was fun, it was good. But it got to a point where it was like, well, now we've gone as far as we can go and all we're doing is just doing circuits and it's just boring and monotonous.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's not like you can relax and have a decent chat because you've got to be concentrating while you're doing the circuits.
Yeah.
And it's just, it became like too much of a boring thing.
Yeah.
But we have had a lot of time away from it, and I think it might be worth a shot sometime down the line if they're up playing it again. Don't know. But there was Dead Island, Dying Light. You know, there's always been a good zombie game.
Yeah, that's the thing that I like about Dead Island and Dying Light as well, because we basically played them games together, and that's why I like them games myself. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't really play a lot of games even though there is a lot of games we could play, but obviously our tastes are fairly different, you know, for like quite a lot of games. Like you don't really like Borderlands, whereas I don't. I quite like Borderlands and you know, things like that.
Yeah, there is a few games you like that I don't like. But then I don't know. I don't play as many games as you know, and you got to think the amount of games you do play. There's probably more that I do like than I dislike.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'll bring on the next Dying Light, that's what I say. Because that game was fucking brilliant. Fucking love that game.
Boss.
Yeah, other than the boss, that was the only thing that let that game down. I popped bar in that, the game was brilliant.
And doing that whole last section in single player, when you've done the entire game in co-op.
Yep.
That was a bit of a wank.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know we're going to have a go at this golf at some point, probably tomorrow or the next day when it's finally uploaded. And I'm going to beat you, Dan. We're not allowed to play it at all. No practicing.
No.
Until we have our first one-on-one game.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
You might have to do some sort of tutorial before it lets you do anything. So, but bare minimum until we play. And then you go on it and go, right, go. Yeah?
Yeah,
and then we'll record it and we'll upload it. And there'll be another game that'll beat you on. I like this buzzsaw gun, Dan. What's your favourite gun on FarCry?
Probably the rocket launcher, or grenade launcher. I fucking love it. I do like the buzzsaw, but I mean, just the explosion, like just.
This is sidearm though, isn't it? So
yeah.
It's like you can use it in the motor.
Yeah. Yeah, either this or the sniper, probably my two favourites.
So yeah, games, I don't really know much about games. I should know stuff about games, seeing as this is a gaming channel. What about the games that are on PS Plus, Dan, this month? You downloaded them, have you had a go?
Yes, to both of them questions, and they are both terrible. Well, they're not terrible, but it's, you know, it depends what you're looking for. I mean, a lot of people don't want indie games, and that's basically all they've been doing for the last year. So, I think that last AAA game was the one you got, fucking superheroes and all that. Mortal Kombat, Injustice. That's the one. That was basically the last AAA game that they gave out for free on the PS4. And barring that, there hasn't really there hasn't been anything else.
You killed that old man.
I killed both of them.
You sick fuck. You ain't done nothing to you. Yeah,
I know,
so go on.
but I'm sick. I'm twisted. I've got problems.
Poor old man.
Yeah, yeah, like a lot of games. I don't know. I think it's because like they do it because you've got to pay to play online, so they get away with releasing games that people don't want to play.
Yeah.
And the games that were at this month were really bad. I can't even remember what they're called, but they're shit, really. It's like, yeah, no real interest for me to play them.
No, well, I haven't even bothered to download them.
No, there's no point. I mean, I say like download them so they're at least in your library, but I mean, there's not much point because you're never going to play them. I'm never going to play them. So
No, that's why I don't bother. It's like I've done it with a few of them. I thought, well, I'll download it because then there's an extra game I've got to play if I want to play a game. But I'm never going to spend the time downloading them shit little games when I've got Little Big Planet, Race to the Sun, WWE. You know, I've got my stock bill of games. I don't need shit little games.
yeah,
That, you know, I loved the NES, the Super NES, the Mega Drive. Man, I loved the Atari and the ColecoVision. The ColecoVision was one of my favourite fucking things I've ever played in my life. Love it. Love the games on there. But I don't want to play 2D side-scrolling 8-bit games.
no,
You know?
no,
I want to play something fucking good. Something like this.
yeah,
But what this needs for me is a harder difficulty setting. Because, like, alright, I'm walking around with a buzzsaw now, but I haven't had that long. I spent most of the game, I was using the sniper and the handgun with a silencer until I got this grenade launcher.
mhm,
And that was pretty much what I was using. I had a shotgun to take on the animal, you know?
yeah,
But it was still relatively easy. You know, I would have preferred a difficulty setting to make it a bit harder.
yeah. That is a bit of a problem with this and Far Cry 3. It was too easy. Do you think you'll be getting Far Cry Primal?
Possibly. I don't know, I might have to have a couple of, like, look at a couple of videos on it or something. I don't know, like most games, to be fair, I know I don't really need to watch videos for. I'll go, that looks like a good game, I know I'm going to buy that,
Yeah,
you know, or I'll buy it, and then, like, there's games like that Fat Princess Adventures. If I'd have known it was what it was, there's a chance I may not have bought it. Now, don't get me wrong, me and Bert completed it through on the medium setting, and then we've started again on the hard setting, and we're over halfway through on hard setting. And then after that, if we want to play it again, there's cake mode, which is like really hard.
yeah,
Right. You know, we've played a lot of these hours on the Far Cry, and I think maybe I'll get Far Cry Primal. I don't know, like, but I'm going on what you told me is not really Far Cry.
no, it's like a dumbed down version of this, really. But I like it. I think, well, I say I like it. I haven't played it yet, but I mean, I like the look of it. I've seen gameplay of it, and it looks like it could be quite a good game. It's more simplistic than this, you know. You ain't got guns, and you ain't got wingsuits, you ain't got grappling hooks and stuff like that. So, but that's part of what makes the Far Cry series great, really, is all that stuff.
Yeah, well, the wingsuit is without a doubt one of my favourite parts. Without a doubt.
Yeah,
That makes this game enjoyable for me. What I don't like is that... Oh fuck, I nearly fell off. I don't like that the parachute opens automatically anymore.
mhm,
You know, like I used to get on a wingsuit, jump off a thing, and then I would like play chicken with the floor, basically. you
yeah,
know? And there'd be certain things, like I could fly. There'd be a road that was a really, really long hill, and I'd be floating like an inch from the floor all the way down the hill, because you never quite touch the floor. You can't do that really anymore. you know. And they're just little, I know they're silly little things, but they're things that made it enjoyable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, you probably will give Primal a go. So at some point, I'm sure it'll be cheap enough to warrant it at some point.
Yeah, there's no way I'm getting it brand new myself, or day one,
No.
whatever.
No, ain't worth it.
Considering, like,
So,
we've only just sort of completed this,
yeah.
so...
And to be fair, like, with the map editor, I'm keeping myself plenty busy, really.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting there, I spend hours creating a map, like I don't like that. So I don't publish it and don't get paid. But I spend like hours doing it, you know what I mean? Did you didn't play Hardware Rivals, did you?
Not yet, no.
It's okay. I don't think it's got a hell of a lot of life in it. It's basically like Battlefield, you know, Call of Duty online play style thing, but you're in a tank or a jeep,
Yeah.
you know, and you're on a map. You can do team deathmatch and that kind of business.
Yeah, I will give it a go, but, you know, it's like most games that they release, most of them are shit, so... Or just nothing I'm really interested in playing. Obviously for some people, you know, but I mean, if you've got a PS4, you're going to have, like, at least one AAA game. You're not going to have all indie games. Otherwise, what's the point? You might as well just have a bloody PS3.
Or a Mega Drive.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's not much point for most people, I don't think. I mean, you look at them, like the likes and dislikes, those, when they release, you know, like little trailers or whatever. And it's ridiculous. It's got like 3,000 or 4,000 dislikes and maybe 1,000 likes. So it just goes to show you that people don't want what they're releasing every month.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's good for the little indie game companies.
Yeah.
But the indie game companies need to realise that we're not making fucking Mega Drive games anymore.
Yeah. But and that's the other thing as well. You shouldn't expect, this is for everyone, you know, just like you shouldn't expect a AAA game every month.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe every couple of months or every 3 months, but not every month, because it's just, it ain't, you know, they've been giving away everything for free, and that's not how it works. It'll be towards the end of the PS4 cycle. That's when they'll start releasing games like this and whatever, Tomb Raider, Fallout, fucking whatever, Dying Light, you know, AAA games. That's when it'll be in the last year of the PS4 cycle.
Yeah, they'll get what they can out of them.
Yeah.
But then it depends if the servers are open for those games and whether they're prepared to reopen the servers. That's what's going to be an interesting thing about a lot of games, you know?
Yeah.
Is, are they going to re-release them in the future because the servers can be there to warrant re-releasing them, really?
It just depends on traffic, really. If a game, like if a server on a game is getting enough traffic, then it will stay open for years. It's like, you know, like Black Ops, they still got servers, so, you know.
But take, like, GTA 5, yeah?
Yeah.
That went offline when the GTA 6 came out, right?
You mean GTA 4? GTA 4 went offline when GTA 5 came out.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? And if on the PS Store, on the PS Plus, they go, like, say those games are on the PS4 now, and they went, alright, well, what's the point of releasing Gran Turismo 4? Because the servers ain't there no more. So would they release a game like that?
No.
You know, I don't.
There'd be no point. There'd be no point. I thought you said Grand Theft Auto just now as well. That's why I said.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean, Gran Turismo.
I do now. But yeah, no, there'd be no point. There'd be no point in them releasing, giving away Gran Turismo 5 for nothing. What would be the point? Gran Turismo 6, yeah, if they release that on PS3, fair enough, because that's still a current game that people are still playing. But to release Gran Turismo 5, there'd be no point, because the servers are down. Like, just,
exactly.
You know.
So there's probably a lot of games that won't get released on PS Plus.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of them.
Like FarCry, like this. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a FarCry 5 or maybe even 6 by the time PlayStation 4's finished.
Yeah.
So would they put this on as a PS Plus game without the online features?
I'm not sure, because I'm not sure about the Far Cry servers, like whether 3's still open or not, so it depends. It's obviously different developers, you know, do things differently, you know, whereas others will do it, you know, like they'll keep servers open, like Far Cry 3. And I think the main reason as well is, like, especially if it's getting traffic, I mean, Far Cry 3 is still a popular game, so, but I think it's to do with like trophies as well. I think that's partly why a lot of servers stay open, because you get games that are online only trophies. So obviously for like people that, you know, like getting trophies and all the rest of it, they can't get them on.
Yeah, they can't get the trophies if there's no
the servers are gone. Yeah, it's like Far Cry 3 and this. There was a couple of trophies that you can only get online. So say in sort of 2-3 years when the servers are gone, you can't get the you won't be able to get the trophies. You won't be able to get the platinum, sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, alright. There's a lot of reasons I guess that you might not get a lot of games on PS Plus.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, and PS3 seem to be like the PS3 games seem to be a bit more generous than the PS4. Fuck knows what I've got, but I've got quite a few games from PS Plus on the PS3 that are like AAA games. So PS3 are still quite generous with the games they are releasing. Alright, they are cheap as chips in the shops, but still, it don't cost anything.
Yeah. And if you can go back to playing at PS3, then you know what I mean. You've got some games, haven't you?
I have done. You know, I've played Skyrim. I've played Medal of Honor Warfighter. A few other games. So you know, for me, it's not a mess. I don't think the leap between PS3 and PS4 is that massive. I don't think it's. Don't get me wrong, the PS4 does look pretty darn good, but it isn't like a wow, fucking hell, look at them graphics, like, you know, from the PS2 to the PS3. That was a jump. That was a like, fucking hell, look at that. And even the PS1 to the PS2, I remember playing Just Bring It, SmackDown Just Bring It, and being just totally fucking blown away with the graphics.
Yeah, and if you look at them now, you piss yourself laughing.
Yeah, but from the PS3 to the PS4, some games I've gone. I mean, these graphics look pretty fucking good, but it's not a massive. You know, it isn't a massive jump. So.
No.
I mean, the next step is like, if my character or your character looked like me or you. Do you know what I mean? Like a human being, and move like a human being, and the trees were like real trees, and the ground was like real ground, and the cars were real cars. That's, you know.
Yeah, well, that's the future, ain't it?
Yeah, but I still, I don't know. I still kind of prefer computer graphics. I know real graphics realistically probably are the future, but I mean, I like computer graphics because it's, I don't know, it's more effort has been put in.
Yes. Whoa.
Fuck.
Nutter.
I'm dying back.
Yeah, you just killed them old people.
I don't worry about it, they're alright. They're in a better place.
But you killed 4 old people in the making of this podcast. and a fucking regular dude. Man, you're a serial killer. I don't know if I can hang around with a serial killer.
Oh no, but I'm getting fucking attacked by my own people now.
Yeah, good, I ain't helping that. Fucking psychopath.
Okay, that's enough of that. Let's stop killing people. GT Sport, Gran Turismo Sport, it's a game that's coming out quite soon. Well, it's a game that's coming out. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but
yeah.
I wonder if there's a release date on that. Probably not, but hasn't been given a release date yet.
Yeah. But things like that, I suppose, like we could know, couldn't we? You know?
Yeah.
Well, like if you knew that, you'd say something when I spoke about choose.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing though, like, I'll talk about games, but I don't know, fuck all, like I said, I'll play 4 games.
There isn't really a lot coming out this month. You got on the 16th, you got Street Fighter 5, which I've got absolutely no interest in, and then on the 19th you've got Pokemon, which you can shove up your ass for all I care. Got no interest in that. That's for kids. You got Project X02. I'm assuming that's some sort of fighting game, judging by what I can see on the picture. On the 23rd, you've got FarCry Primal, which I will be getting, but not day one or for any more than 40 quid. And then on the 25th, you've got Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. No interest in that. The 26th, Bravely Second End Layer. I have no idea what that is. And then same date, Space Overlords, which again I've got no clue what that is. But out of all of them, the only one I'm mildly interested in is Far Cry Primal. But that's just for this month only, so.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Far Cry Primal, about the only one I would give a go, and I'm not massively bothered about getting it, so I'll get when I get, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
I ain't looking to go, oh, I've got to get that.
No, we've only just bloody completed this one, so it's like to get it like today or whenever it's out would be like, what? It's like, you need to give it like at least 4 months, I would say, between each sort of franchise of game. But I had a lot of fun playing this one, so, and I look forward to playing Far Cry Primal because it's something a little bit different, you know. It's not really been done before, like, you know, Stone Age kind of game.
There is a game that's set in a prehistoric world. It's got dinosaurs and shit. You play a caveman. I don't know what it's called. But there is one. But yeah,
Okay.
you have to go around killing dinosaurs, and it's a bit like this, I think. You know, you've got to kill certain dinosaurs, do certain upgrades, you know.
Oh, Dying Light the Following also is out on the 12th, according to game.
Alright.
So that's the enhanced edition. I don't know what that means, but
The
that's
12th of this month.
yeah.
Yeah. And what are they charging for that?
Oh, sorry. No, that Dying Light. The enhanced edition is the original game with the DLC on top of it. So that's not what we're looking for.
No.
Fuck it. That's cheap though. Fucking 16 quid for the season pass. It's like 25 on the. Pretty sure it's like 25. That might have been. Nah, it's like 25 quid on the store.
I paid 25 for the gold edition game. Like the game and the gold edition.
That was for FarCry.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Dying Light.
Alright.
Yeah, that'll be a game. Well, expansion, not exactly a game because we've already played the game. But that'll be something that me and Bat will be both getting, and would like to think we would do a walkthrough on it together. So I regret not doing it with the original Dying Light. To be fair, I wish we did that now, but fuck it, there'll always be another one. So
yeah, we did do something though. You know, we recorded highlights, didn't we? Of
Yeah.
Dying Light.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly the same, but it was just you know, it was a highlight version of what we did throughout the game.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we cut a lot of the story bollocks out. We cut a lot of the basic walking around, searching, looting, boring sort of stuff out. You know,
yeah,
and you got an action-packed look at the game. You know,
yeah.
each video was was no more than 6 minutes. So you've got 6 minutes of zombie fucking killing or running away from zombies, which is generally quite funny.
Yeah.
Which I'd rather watch that than a fucking long ass walkthrough from beginning to end. Like, they're good if you're the sort of person that needs a walkthrough for a game, but I'm not that sort of person.
It's not about. It's not so much about the walkthrough. It's about what we say and do. That's more what it's about. The fun that we have together, sharing that with other people. That's what it's about. It's not about. You know.
I don't mind doing them. I don't mind making them. If people are gonna watch them, because they, you know, they want to walk through or whatever, that's fine. You know. But I'm one of them people. I get my hours of play out of a game by walking around like a dickhead, going, I can't find that switch that I walked past like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, and that's just bits you edit out.
Yeah.
You know, you edit out the boring stuff. That's where editing comes in.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's the thing is, some people would go, I can't find that switch. I'll have a look at a walkthrough. But that's what it says. Yeah. I'll go, I'm going to find the switch myself.
Oh, yeah, I'll get you saying, yeah. No, of course, yeah. No, walkthroughs for fucking pussies, man.
Well,
fuck users... No, bollocks.
I've never, ever used walkthroughs for a game, never.
I can understand it, right? From my perspective, I can understand for a certain trophy. Yeah, I have done that myself. Like, because it's the only one I've got left, or the only, like, 3 or 4 I've got left, and, like, the others are just completing it on hard or whatever, and there's collectibles to be got. So if that's where I'll use that sort of thing myself. But to use an actual walkthrough...
a lot of other people.
Yeah, but to use an actual walkthrough for a level of a game... No, I would never do that. I was probably a bit harsh saying walkthroughs for pussies, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just they're not saying I use walkthroughs. So, but I mean, there's a lot of things people watch that I don't watch. I don't watch unboxings. I I've got no interest in watching someone open a game and saying this is a game and this is what's in it. But some people do, because they want to know what they're getting for their money.
Oh, mate. I can understand it with a collector's edition, you know, like it's a special box, you know, like Fallout 4, for example. You know, you got the box, and with Uncharted 3 you had the chest. You know, things like that I can understand watching that, but for me to pick up, I don't know, FarCry 4, because that's the game we're playing at the minute, just to imagine, like, Far Cry 4 unboxing, like, just the game, the bare bones game. I can't. I mean, I did it for Mad Max because that was like a little special edition thing, so I thought, fuck it, I'll do that, and that's had quite a few views. So, but I wouldn't do it for a regular version of a game.
No, not just for a regular version, but it's as I say, there are collectors, people that go for the collectibles, and they want to see those unboxing videos, so they go, am I going to get that for my collection?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's who watches them videos.
Yeah.
I'm not a collector, so I don't watch them.
No, that's it.
Right? And my mindset to computer games is, I'm an explorer, I'm a scientist, I'm creative. You know, I will always find my own way, and I will do it on the hardest setting, and that's how I play games. So
Yeah.
I don't use walkthroughs. I couldn't use a walkthrough because I would just, even if no one else knows, you still know. You know, and that to me is, I can't do that. Like, I can't sit there in myself going, oh yeah, I've just completed that game and I've done it all. But it weren't me, was it? It was someone else that I watched do it and I copied them.
Yeah.
You know, that's like being at school, having a page of science work, and going, yeah, look, my teacher fucking marks everything right on that. You know? And you go, yeah, but I did copy it from the geezer sitting next to me.
Yeah.
That's that kind of shit. You know?
Yeah.
And, I can't really, I'm not satisfied in myself if I was to do that.
No.
I'm like, I can't do this. Like, the other night we was playing this, and we was playing Valley of the Yetis, and obviously we used the buzzsaw in the regular campaign, and we see that the buzzsaw was on the game, it was in the store, but it was locked. And Grant, all of a sudden, or Bert, as people might, and Mitchell, I don't know what I call him in the video descriptions, I can't remember now. But he had a video up of how to get the buzzsaw on Valley of the Yetis. Now me, on my own, I'd have just gone, oh, I'll find that on my travels, and I would have found it, actually.
Yep.
You know? Because the guns are on the map, so you know you can get somehow. You just got to fucking find a way. And that's where the scientist and the explorer side of you come.
Yeah.
You know? And you go, right, well, I've got to test the theory. That fucking thing's up there, how do I get to it? Or that's down there, but I can't get there because there's a fucking big mountain in the way. So, you know?
That's it.
But Grant already had a walkthrough up on his phone, going, oh, you go this way, go that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that, right there, doing that walkthrough, going to get the buzzsaw in a matter of like 5 minutes, took what, you know, could have been hours of play out of the game, for me, personally.
Yeah, definitely.
I could have been walking around for an hour looking for that gun. And how the fuck do I get up there? Because it was, admittedly, the walkthrough, when you like Grant said it was out of the way. You had to like, go all the way up the fucking mountain that was nowhere near where this gun was. You had to like slide down fucking mountain. It was proper weird.
Mm.
But I would have found it myself eventually.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but it would have took.
But that you get that like within the first hour of playing the game, it's just going to make the game too easy. And the game was like, I don't think I had the buzzsaw when I was playing it with you, or you had the buzzsaw, sorry, when I was playing it with you. But I mean, they're not that difficult to beat, like the Yetis. They're not that difficult.
No, they're not.
No, 1-on-1, like I can imagine, like 2-on-1 would be quite difficult, but even still.
I've had 3 chasing me, and I thought I killed one. I'm sure I killed one, like just by blowing the fucker up, like where I'd thrown so many explosives at him over the time. But then another one hit me, so I don't know if I actually killed him. And a new one came, so there was like 4, or whether it was just the 3. But obviously I'm running away from 3 Yetis, and there ain't many places you can go, because they look their shit at you. And it knocks you down.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know, but walkthroughs are alright, and people watch your walkthroughs, you know. I've had a look at your walkthroughs. I like what you've done with the Sleeping Dogs, where you sped up fight scenes. You still saw the fight, you saw what you needed to see, but it weren't dragged out, it weren't long and dragged out.
Yeah. Plus it don't take as long to upload, so that's another reason for doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's better, isn't it? You're not sitting there watching the same, like, because that would get very boring and repetitive.
Yeah.
I think watching endless fight scenes on Sleeping Dogs in real time.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You know, but say people watch your walkthroughs, and you do decent walkthroughs. You get through the game, you know what you're doing. You know. My walkthroughs, I don't, like, realistically, for me to do a walkthrough, I would have to play the game first, and then play it again from the beginning. Because the first time round, I would just miss stuff, you know.
It depends what game it is.
Yeah, it depends what game it is, what's going on, I suppose. And it depends on a walkthrough, I suppose. You know, you get a full walkthrough of this, and then, like, I don't know, like, your walkthrough obviously doesn't include where every single mask on the map is, does it?
What, for this game?
For this game, yeah.
I have done that, but I've done it separately. Like, I've done separate clips for that.
Yeah, so it's a separate video.
Yeah.
So it's not in the main walkthrough.
No.
But yeah, that's it. That's good. That's a separate video. That's good. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like how complete one walkthrough is. Do you know what I mean? The way you do it is sort of quest at a time, isn't it? Which is more or less what you don't want. People doing a quest and then spending 10 minutes walking the valley.
That's it.
Like, but finding masks and shit on the way.
Yeah.
You know, we want that in a separate video.
Yeah.
Right, we've got to be well over time, haven't we?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so we'll end it then. We'll do a finish.
Yep.
I'm on my fucking map. I'm on my map. I don't know why I'm on my map. Right, ready?
Yeah.
Well, this has been the PSDovito Podcast for February and it's been about computer games. Come back, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Check out our sponsor, YTWE 18+. It's a good channel for gamers. Have a go at it. If you want to join it, send a PM to Mr. DeVito. That be me. But, Rage, any final words before we go?
No.
And that's that. So we'll see you next time on the PSDovito Podcast.